it's Maud Garrett outside the Madison Square Garden at New York Comic Con, where the Doctor Who panel is about to start. Now, don't go anywhere, because you're going to be hearing exclusively from the Doctor herself, Jodie Whittaker, as she's about to take the stage.
13th Doctor, our Doctor, Jodie Whittaker!
Though 5,000 plus people, you got to watch it with them, experiencing all the emotions together, and a lot happened in that episode, and I almost want to, digest the whole thing. But what was that like for you? Because this is, what, a year and a half plus in the making?
I'm going to cry.
I think we're all feeling incredibly emotional, because I think we're really proud of it, if I'm being really honest, and I think... Thank you. That wasn't a plea for applause, but but also because I think you've got an amazing new Doctor, basically.
Don't be too nice, else I just won't speak. I'll just sit and cry. I think the thing about sharing this finally is that it feels unfair to be here without Mandip, Tosin and Brad. All these incredible people that made up this episode, which the entire series is a love letter for every incredible inspiration and like gem of an idea that could be thrown into a season. But to start it with those guys and all the incredible talent of the cast and crew, and I know it's not an acceptance speech, but it's just that it's so hard to convey how proud you are or honoured to be something without sharing it with the most important people, which is the fans. And without it, there isn't it. And so that's why I will sit and cry.
You've earned it, Jo.
Who's known for its social commentary and sort of like delivering amazing messages without smacking people over the head about it. And I think the word that keeps being brought up already this season is inclusivity. And it's, being able to look at the screen and being like, oh my gosh, I can relate to so many people here, and there's representation for all. Super important. But Matt and Chris, I want to hear from you. Was that a big thing going into it, and is that playing an important role for not only this premiere episode, but every episode to come?
Yes, it is, and embarrassingly, it's the two white guys who are going to answer the question about representation, which is awkward. Yeah, it is. I mean, that's again what we were talking about. What does Doctor Who look like in 2018? What does it look for the next few years? And that was it. So it was about that on the writing team, on the directing team, in the edit suites, across the production, and on screen as well. Yes. So there is a lot of diversity in our casting, and the stories we will tell will go to places the show hasn't gone to before, in that sense, and will tell stories from perspectives perhaps the show hasn't visited before. And you probably saw glimpses of those in that trailer.
Yeah. I mean, I think what's really important for us is and going back to your earlier question about having a number of friends of the Doctor, or companions as we used to call them, is that they are us. They are our POV. The Doctor is, although the eponymous character, you see the Doctor, and you see the journey the Doctor takes you on through the friends of the Doctor. And so it was really, really important to us and to Chris that those friends represent everybody out there who's watching. And they are just incredible. And their joy of travelling with the Doctor, which, as Jodie has said, is not fake in any way. I mean, just getting them to calm down before we go for a take is hard enough, is absolutely wonderful. And as the series unfolds, I think you'll love travelling with them. They are just amazing.
I've seen a lot of your work, and a lot of the stuff I love and admire is how not only flawed but very human, but also like encouraging strong female characters you play. And I was wondering if you have any advice for the girls and the women who are watching, especially now, like, with given things lately around everywhere.
Well,
Yeah,
I think I would
just
say
everywhere. But like, do you have any words of encouragement? Can we hear from the doctor?
I think we have a voice, and we are entitled to be listened to, and we it's scary sometimes, and we sometimes have to unite to have the bravery to use it, but let's use it. Also, we are flawed. Soz. But we are, and that's a wonderful thing to embrace. Perfection is not the aim. It is not the aim. It's too ironed. It's too ironed out. Like the beauty in all the characters you love and cosplay as, and or you know, meet in life, the characters on the street. People are fascinating because of how different we are and how much we shouldn't all be a clone, and we are individuals. But on that, what is wonderful is a united hood, and I can, for myself, say the united sisterhood, but also the united hoofhood, and the united humanhood that we can embrace and are embracing.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
You're
Thanks. No
absolutely
pressure. No, first
amazing.
question.
A lot of people ask you about your opinion on how the female doctor is going to affect girls now, but I would like to know what your influences are. Like if you, if you liked anybody growing up,
Yeah.
the books or TV shows.
But this is representative of the time I grew up. You know, I was born in '82, so sadly, for myself, in the sense of I didn't feel sad at the time because it was all I knew. They were all boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so when I was growing up, I mean, you know, Jennifer Connelly in Labyrinth, so I had one. And a beautifully flawed character, wonderfully flawed, you know, who has to question themselves throughout. Mikey in The Goonies. Atreyu. Well, Falcor, we'll just chuck them all in. I wanted to be in The Flight of the Navigator. I wanted to be Elliot. I actually wanted to be Gertie because she was ace. He's going to the spaceship at the end. And I think for me, what I fell for was actually not the heroics in grown-ups. It was the heroics in the kids. And that tapped in for me, and that's the kind of energy that I've continued through life, and I really wanted to bring to the Doctor, because I think sometimes it's a mythology that children are naive, and they're not always very often the most intuitive and smartest person in the room, and I wanted to tap into that, and often aren't jaded, aren't cynical, are just open-hearted and enjoy learning. And I think in those films when I were growing up, the possibility was open and there, and that's why it inspired me.
I want to hear the story again because it's so great about the influences and depictions of seeing the costume and how it got from an idea to an actual outfit. And shout out to the fact that it's practical with pants and boots. Yep. Woo! That's important. And pockets.
It's got pockets. Of course, it's got pockets. So the conversation throughout the entire process was that this character, from the very start of my audition, was that this is a collaborative and a creative journey that you will have a say. I'd sent throughout my audition process, poor Chris, who probably wishes most people didn't have his number when they're auditioning for a job, because I sent you probably an image a day from something, somewhere, and, you know, the wonder of Google and sending things. But one of the images I sent, which I actually didn't mean to send as a costume reference, I was not getting beyond the audition stages. I loved the energy. It was a black and white image of a woman walking with purpose and deep in thought, with crop trousers, boots, braces and a t-shirt. And because it's black and white, you can't tell where it's from, but it has the fun element of a t-shirt. It has the timelessness of a pleat in a trouser leg, you know, and it can, if you look back at it and you held the image far away, it was genderless. So that was our starting off point. And then the coat, I love the coat. I love the coat so much. And every single stitch has a meaning, and every single cut and every single piece of lining. And I won't tell you because I'll wait until it's over, because the best thing for me is that you guys wear it and you own it and it's yours, and those things mean something to you, and then one day I'll share.
I think the Doctor is a great symbol of unity, and when the Doctor can be male or female, and also gender non-binary as well, and there are all kinds of, I think the most important thing is for my kids growing up that they know they can look up to men and women, and that heroes come in all shapes and sizes and genders and sexualities and ethnicities. And that's basic, like that's rule number one for the world. And I hope this season of Doctor Who shows you that. And I hope you enjoy episode 3 if you've been studying Rosa Parks.
Was that an exclusive?
Pretty much.